Hi friends, it's Connie, the Late Blooming Crafter, and I wanted to show you what I've been up to as I've had time. I did the iron-on decoupage method with some vintage fabric that I had in my stash. I took out the insides of an old book, and I used the front and back hard portion of the book, and I even took out the spine so that I'm just using the hard portions of the front and back. And then I did the iron-on method of the fabric there. I think I put probably 3 coats of Mod Podge on and let each coat dry really good. And then used parchment paper, and I have that tutorial that I did, shared a video of. I think that was all just doing paper, decoupaging with just paper and tissue and so forth. But so I wanted to show you that it does work as well with fabric. And so I ironed on this fabric, and then I made a spine, and I glued on the spine, excuse me, spine. And then maybe a little bit prematurely, I decorated the inside of the book cover, front and back, because what I'm doing is a floating spine, and I learned this from Anne at, I believe it's Oldacina YouTube channel, and I love her style. She's very shabby, and I'm learning lots from her. But part of the whole thing that I wanted to document of my journey was learning new ways of doing things, and just learning about how to do junk journals, and so challenging myself. And so this floating spine is something haven't done yet. Not like I've been doing this a long time, but so this is new to me. So what you do with a floating spine then is you take something substantial, and this is just some chipboard, or I think it might have been from a cereal box, I'm not sure, but I think it was chipboard. Basically, they're the same thing, I guess. Some is thicker and heavier than others. And you make your signatures, and you attach them to this that I covered in fabric that was also on the inside of the book. And so I covered that, the top and the bottom, and then the back doesn't get seen because it's going to be in here to create the spine. But what makes it floating is this does not get glued here. Just the fabric that is glued to this chipboard gets glued on either side. So it's floating, basically. So I wanted to show you how that will look and work, and kind of the process of what I've been doing here. I put my signatures together and sewed them in today, but I wanted to wait before I glued this in until I showed you what it looks like before it's all attached. And then I'll decorate my pages and so forth. Now I do have this little bit of a gap on my spine, and I didn't get my holes perfect, my holes punched perfectly on this one. Man, I wish I had, because it was just, everything was going so well. But that's the way it goes. And it's just that where the creases of this outer page of the signature, which is a nice thick page, it got a little bit more on the inside rather than where that crease is. So it's just off a tiny bit, but that's okay. It's the way it is, right? So I will glue this down on either side, and I may take this binding here, I've got more of it, and put it right here, or I just may leave that rough edge. We'll see. And I'll probably create some pockets to go here. And then in between, and on the one that I watched her do, she did like a little file folder and sewed it in to her spine before she attached it. And also I believe she had even a little bit more space, and then she just put some fabric in there, which I may do. I'm going to grab that piece of fabric. I've got a really pretty piece here that I ripped and Well, this isn't the exact one that I ripped, I guess. But anyway, you could glue something like that in there and kind of bunch it up so it's pretty. Or I was thinking I could even attach something to it and then glue it on either side of the signatures. But I'm not positive. So that remains to be seen. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that really quickly before I glue it in. I'm not going to do that on camera. But I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac and put a line, pretty good line here, and then rub it out so that hopefully it won't come through the fabric. I know you can see in some places here, perhaps, where it looks like some of the glue came through. I think this I did use Fabri-Tac and didn't iron on the inside, but honestly, it's been a couple weeks because I don't get up here as often as I'd like, and by the time I get back up here to record, I kind of forgot some of my methods of what I've done here. But I had a really fun time. I got to take all my grandkids to the beach, so good reasons to not be up here. And I've been eager to get back in here and finish this up. So anyway, thanks for watching, and remember, if I can learn and make beautiful things, you can too. I'm a late blooming crafter and having a lot of fun. I hope you will continue to watch and like and share and subscribe if you're inclined to, and enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.